Listen, I want to make this is personal, and I just don't understand. I just have a hard time understanding whatever happened to, and I know this is probably something I talk about more than I should, but customer service. So over the weekend, my daughter wanted something special after an event that we had to go to. So she wanted this drink that comes hot, and she just wanted it poured. She wanted it that way, but wanted it poured over ice. Typical, like when I was at Disney, I had the espresso. I had the 8 espressos, and I asked the woman, could you pour it over, it was a guy actually, could you pour it over ice? And his response was, you the man. Okay? So that isn't on the list, right? It's not on the thing that says you get espressos over ice, but that's how I wanted it. I wanted it cold. And they had no problem doing it. So, but at this place, the woman said, first of all, it was like, what do you want? And I repeated it again. There was a truck going by, and it was very loud. So I said, there's a truck going by, and she apparently couldn't hear me. She said, what do you want? And
that's nice.
Just starting out rude to begin with. And I said, okay. I said, hold on, there's a truck going by. And then I said, can I try now? And she said, if you want, honest to God, if you want to. So I said, we'd like whatever the drink was. And she couldn't understand it. I had to say it 3 times. Finally, she said, we can't do that. And I said, well, could you just pour it over ice? She said, and the way her response was, it was just mean. It was, we have an issue with inventory, so the cold cups come different than they do in the hot cups. So because of inventory, we can't do it for you. Well, first of all, I've been to, I don't want to tip anybody off, but I've been to other outlets of the same business.
Okay.
And they do it. Nobody mentioned anything about inventory. And it gets better because it
and
just...
this is your daughter. It's for your daughter.
It doesn't matter to me. That doesn't matter to me. Yeah. She's out of the picture now. I don't even know she's in the car. Okay? I'm pissed over the lack of respect out of a human being. And she's probably, I don't know how old. I never got to see her. But so I pulled up to the thing, and then there was a young girl there. And by the way, no thank yous, no please, no I'm sorries, none of that crap. So I get up to the thing, and we ordered it hot. Okay? And I said, boy, Missy, whatever her name was, she's really polite. And she said, okay. And I said, you know I'm being sarcastic. And she said, yes. And that's kind of where it ended. So just kind of very cold. Apparently they've all decided we're idiots. Who would order such a thing? Okay? So I then had the brilliant idea, and I didn't even think about it until I got up there. I said, could I have a glass of ice water?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
No problem. There's no inventory issue, and it's free, by the way.
Yeah.
No inventory issue here. A large glass of ice water. So she brings the glass of ice and sets it right there by the stupid door, the little window that opens up. So I said, actually, don't even worry about putting water into it. Just give me the cup of ice. She said, very loudly, well, why didn't he say he wanted just a cup of ice? I went all the way to do it. She's yelling about me in the back, and I can hear her.
Wow.
So she gave me the thing of ice and a sandwich that I assumed was spit into, and I ate it because I was hungry. And we then poured the drink over the ice, and it was solved. But I can't understand. That comes from the top. So there has to be somebody there to say, so if the first person I talked to was at the top, well, clearly they're all going to be a bunch of rude.
Yeah.
And it also comes from parenting. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You teach your kids to be polite to people. And no matter what. I mean, when my kids worked at places like this, I always said, they'd always come home and complain about probably people like me, although I'm pretty easy at these places. Somebody makes a mistake, I never get all upset about it. You do what you do. Now, if they pour the wrong glass of vodka, I might be upset. But other than that, I'm okay. I'm really okay. But there is a lack of respect, and it's inexcusable.
Are you going to write a letter?
No, I thought I'd talk about it.
You know, Bill, right out of the gate,
That's all.
rather than how can I help you, what would you like, it's what do you want?
What do you want?
Which is not a greeting.
Beyond that, it was she couldn't hear me. It's not my fault.
Right.
I mean, I'm talking. I talk for a living. I'm usually pretty articulate, and my diction is pretty decent. And I have one of those mid-range voices, so it really kind of pours through all of that low and mid. You can hear me. Mm-hmm. But if you can't hear me, it's not my fault. It's your equipment. So why do you have to be rude to me? Try if you want. I mean, are you kidding me? I'm so sorry. Those words never came out of anybody's mouth. And you could have solved the problem by just saying, hey, I'll give you but it was an inventory issue. I had to find out about her inventory issue that I've never heard of anywhere else before.
I'm thinking this was an older person.
No,
it was younger?
No, they were both. One was really young, like probably 18, and the other one sounded to me like somewhere between 25 and 35.
Okay.
So I assumed the first person I talked to might have been a manager, but clearly woke up on the wrong side of the bed, and they all did. And that tells me that type of treatment, and my wife said, oh, just so you know, this is the rudest one in the area. I never go to this place. Oh, yeah,
I was
it was
under the
here.
impression you were away.
Oh, no, it was here.
Okay.
This is the rudest one in the area. They're rude always when you come here. So, and I said, well, why are you coming here? Because there are many local places that we should be going to and not coming to this place.
Yeah.
That's my take on it. But I'm going to break here. Hold tight. Coming right back, 6:32 at WIBX.